everybody. I'm Stacey J.
And I'm Chuck Duran.
Here we go with part 2 with the amazing Everett Oliver. So do you think, is there kind of a season where it's really big for video game auditions, a big season for, or is it kind of, do you find that it's sort of?
My animation background, our seasons in animation started like February. Like pilots will start. So we're talking about February through like December. So that's the time when, at least I remember, the animation crews would be geared up for shows. But nowadays, everything's changed.
Yeah.
So I thought we had a pilot maybe last week. I can't remember. Everything just comes bang, 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 bang. I mean, this is my first time working at a talent agency ever. And this is one of the things that I wanted to do, I'll say 15 years ago, work at a talent agency. And working what I call the network side of the business, I had no idea. And even the people who cast in animation, the volumes and volumes and volumes of stuff that comes through a talent agency.
Yeah.
And I remember really literally my first day, Sandy Schnarr said to me, Everett, are you okay? And I was just kind of like,
You're like, what?
My whole facial expression was just like, yeah, I'm okay. It was like, because I was so overwhelmed and I'm like, really? We have to get this out now and we have to move rather quickly and this is a new pilot. Well, I hadn't had a chance to, we need to cast for this pilot. We need to get this out to the clients. They need to study this and they need to come in the next day.
Plus you have 5 commercials that you have to cast and do the same thing for.
Absolutely.
Games
So
and,
I was just like, whoa. So when stuff just comes up, now that everything's all changed, I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. It's industrials
Yeah,
and
the
promos.
volume is
So the
amazing.
volume is just
Yeah.
way. But I've gotten a hand of it now. Now I'm kind of like,
He's got it down.
I have a mind, because my mindset is different. I think like, okay, to prioritize. Let me get the whole layout. Okay, if this is due on Friday and today is Tuesday, okay, at least I know in my head that we want to get this out Wednesday,
good,
Thursday.
Everett. Very good.
Right. I'm like, okay, these are the people, that
Before it was like, okay, this is Tuesday, and this is due on Friday, and then Thursday would roll around, and you'd be like,
Exactly.
He wears his days of the week socks so he can look
so
and go,
I
it's
know
Monday.
I have to prioritize, okay, which one, which show we need to get out.
Absolutely,
And that's
man.
important for me.
it's important for
You
you
know.
if you want to keep your job.
Well, besides that, but at least I know, we're going up against other agencies.
I know.
So I'm...
You don't want to be the last agency to submit stuff, right?
Don't.
No, and you don't want to be late.
And you definitely don't want to be late because
You don't want that rap on the street there.
No,
No.
Do you have any thoughts? We've got people watching from all over the world pursuing voiceover. Do you have any wisdom to offer someone who really wants to have a career in voiceover? Something to do, something not to do?
Here's my thing. Classes. You need to take voiceover classes. Even if you've taken classes 10 years ago. Because what I say to actors, I used to work with such and such. Really? Do you think that such and such remembers you 2 or 3 years ago? And I've worked with probably about 6 casting directors.
Yeah.
And I'll say, you remember such and such? Who's that?
Yeah.
And then I'll describe them to a T. Who's that? So you have to, the first thing I always tell people, get into a class.
Yeah.
Try to get into people who are actually casting. Because those are the people who you want to know.
Hello.
Yeah.
Right?
And once you know them, say, if you're not with an agency, find people who are teaching classes who are reputable from different, like Disney, Sony, and get in with them. Because once they know you too, they might be able to offer you and say, you need representation.
Yeah.
Put
And
in a
you're
good
good.
word. Yeah.
Maybe I can go ahead and make a phone call. Because my thing is about networking, it's all about networking.
Yeah.
Get on LinkedIn. So join peer groups, voiceover peeps,
Yep.
and keep going at it. Because once somebody finds you and believes in you, everything else will open up. And that's my whole belief in it.
Yeah, well, that's definitely true.
Yeah,
And the
absolutely. Right
thing
on.
with classes is, somebody emailed me the other day, and they said, "Hey, I just finished a bunch of classes with such and such place, and I think I'm ready for a demo." So I included an MP3 of me doing some readings from that class.
Okay.
And I listened to it, and the reads were like horrible. Like you would have been like,
Really?
Really?
do the thing.
Really?
That's what you would have been. I did that today, and I don't even do the look, right? So I'm like, really?
Really?
So
Call me.
yeah, exactly. So I actually emailed them back and said, listen, this is what I heard, and maybe you should take a few more classes because the reads kind of just sounded like talking.
Right.
There was no acting at
Acting
all.
right.
And so if you've taken a class, that doesn't mean that you're ready to be in the voiceover
Absolutely.
business,
True.
You need to take another class. And it's great to not only coach with one person,
Right.
but coach with several different people.
Because you're going to get different opinions.
Yes.
And you're going to learn from different actors and different people in the class.
Yes, exactly.
The beats, the tones, the emotions.
All that.
And once you get all that, then, you can go ahead and start reaching out to, agents and stuff like that. But
exactly.
if you don't have the basic foundation, you're going to just...
Yeah. And if you took a
Lost.
class 6 years ago, guess what? Everything's changed.
Totally.
You need to take classes
I
for real.
love, like, I'll have actors, they'll say to me, "Oh, I'm not booking."
Yeah.
And I'll say, "Okay, have you taken recently a class?" For its memory.
Sure.
Just to put your face with that casting person to just say, "Oh God, I hadn't seen you in a while."
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. So I refer people all the time to go ahead and take classes with special casting directors. And I have no problem saying, okay, I get Hope Levy. She has tons of people who teaches classes at Everett. So I'm like, Hope Levy's people teaching classes. This is the person you need to take a class with.
Yeah.
Send.
Beautiful.
So I have, people, there was an actor actually I can think of who he was new into the business and we just signed him on as a client. And I had a conversation with him and he took 3 classes back to back with the 3 top people.
Yeah.
I gave him referrals. He was like, "Oh my God, I learned so much from this person, and this person."
Absolutely, yeah.
So,
and it's a little bit of an investment, but man, I'll tell you what, when you're done, you are 100 times better.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like that. You're smart.
Very.
I don't know why you're nervous.
And modest.
I don't know why you're nervous. Yeah.
I'm not nervous. I just move around a lot.
I don't know why you're so. What are you drinking, man? What's in that thing? Is that chocolate milk?
Filtered water.
Filtered water.
So you spend hours and hours and hours and hours listening to auditions, directing auditions. Are there things that really just pop out to you as things that work and things that don't work that you could
Things that work
put a
and
button
things
on?
that doesn't work. God. Okay. Let me get my mindset.
Get your mind, meditate.
Right. What happens in the booth that works and what doesn't work? Okay, let's start off with partner reads. Because I just had them today. What works to me is if they rehearse before they get into the booth.
Right.
What doesn't work is adlibs. And then you guys are in the booth and you're looking at each other and you're stumbling over each other and I'm like, stop. And then they keep talking, stop. No, that doesn't work. I need you to write down a little bit as to what you're going to say and at least wait till the other person will go ahead and speak. I can go ahead, as a wonderful editor that I am, I can go ahead and I can clip it. So at least
Right, you're
you
not
guys
stepping on each
Right,
other.
you're not overlapping.
Right.
So we was doing a bunch of partner reads today, and they were. I needed them to be funny, And you could tell by my facial expression
That
when
it
something's funny. You can really tell. When it's not funny, I'm like, oh boy, this is gonna be a long.
Cut the tension
This is
with a
gonna be a
knife.
long 5 minutes.
Exactly. You know, and I only have a certain time period to get this group session.
Yeah.
So, for me, it's more or less being prepared. You know, and I know with group sessions, they find a partner, pick your partner, and then just work on it. So I try to, like I said, planning ahead for me.
Yeah.
If the actors plan ahead, that helps me. That works.
So even are you saying to maybe even plan ahead on some ad lib ideas that you might want to introduce
even
to the
like
copy?
an alt.
Yeah, an alt. Okay. Yeah.
Some actors don't even come with a second.
Have an
acting
idea of
style.
what you might
exactly,
want
just to throw at me.
Yeah,
They
that's
expect
good.
me
To tell them to give them an alt.
Do I look like I'm an actor?
I know.
I mean, I'm creative.
You look like a director.
I'm a director.
You have a
You're a
face for
director.
television.
Right.
You
And
should
so-
be on television.
And I'm
You
going
do.
to tell you,
Yeah.
that's not working out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to go ahead and really have two voices.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you something. Speaking of
Two distinct choices.
ad
Absolutely.
libbing, speaking of that, how much
Okay.
ad libbing
Oh, he's drinking. He's drinking
is
now.
too much ad libbing? How much freedom do you have? Now, obviously, at the real job, you don't have a lot of room for ad libbing because it's going through legal and all that stuff, and this
Right.
is approved and that's.
Standards of
But
practice
during
is
the actual audition process, there's probably a little room. How much room is there for ad libbing?
Well, Sandy loves it when you ad lib. Even also Peter. It's add a little button here and there. Don't go on.
We're not talking
tangent.
lines. We're talking just a
Right.
little.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, enough to enhance the performance to make
Yeah.
it funny, to make you pull out, the character a little bit if you're talking about animation.
Yeah.
And even, for commercial.
So if the copy reads, I really want to tell you something that happened to me yesterday. You could start off like, well, look, I really want to tell you, right? You can add a little I
You
look
can add
or a little
a
something.
little lead in will work.
Little lead in.
That works.
Okay, what about in the middle?
It depends. For me, it depends on how.
Are you gonna give me the look if
No,
I
I don't give you the look. I mean, if it flows, I don't want you to change too much of what the copy reads, because if you lose the content of that, then I get in trouble because I should have told you, don't do it that way. But add enough where at least the performer should just pull out. But if you, like I said, don't go on a
Doing
whole
it just for the
tangent.
sake of doing it
Right.
doesn't
and stuff like that's not going to get you the job.
Right.
And if the copy is not funny, make it funny. Even if you ad lib a little bit here and there to make it funny.
Yeah.
I get a lot of actors that, oh, this is not funny. Okay.
No, you're not funny.
Yeah.
Well,
the
copy is very funny.
I don't say that. I'll say,
Yeah.
okay, I agree with you. It's not funny, but we have to make it funny.
Yeah.
And I can't make it funny for you.
Yeah. And are we talking specifically animation or maybe animation
I'm
or
doing
commercial
both.
or okay.
Commercial, yeah.
A lot of people they just wanted to, I'm there as your guide pretty much.
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to just sit up there and rewrite stuff with you. That's your job.
Yeah.
My job is just basically say, yes, this is great.
Yeah. Well, what are some things that this is perfect? So you have a script in front of you. You're directing, a commercial. Okay. Maybe the script, maybe it says humor. Okay, on the breakdown.
Oh, okay. Great.
Okay. Humor, right? But there is no humor in the copy. It's not really written funny
Right.
at all.
Right.
How do you make something that's kind of stale stand out and be humorous?
Make it funny. Find something in there that you can connect with personally.
Yeah, I think
make
that's the
that
key right there.
funny.
Is personality.
Exactly.
Bring in some personality.
That's all. That's it.
Cool.
Easy as pie.
Because-
but actors find it difficult to do that. And I'm
Exactly.
like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Bring out something. And I try every little thing. Think of your family members or something like that. Think of, stuff that you watched on TV to add that personality to pull out that
Exactly.
character. But
Okay. That makes sense. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm going to hire you. Here's $10.
wow, really?
I'll give you another 10.
You see the facial expression?
$10 a minute.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a lot more than you make now. $10 a minute.
I'm focused on you.
Oh, thanks. I'm here now. No. What do you?
Sorry,
What do
I just
you?
got a lot of questions there.
No, that's good. I mean, I'm usually the one going, and then.
She is.
So that's good. I get to see Everett more than you. So, but what do you still want to accomplish in your career?
Wow. Oh,
It's on
that's
now.
good. That's good.
good.
That was really good. I didn't expect that question.
Oh.
I enjoy coaching. And there's something about being with an actor. I've had actors say to me, I have never been on an animated series before, and I've always wanted to be a voice. And I had this actress say it to me, and I had lunch with her recently, and I didn't realize that she had been in the business for a very long time. I took it, the information that she said to me, I was like, okay, we can work on it. And then I found out that I directed her on 2 animation, I guess they were guest roles, and she booked them, and she thanked me. But I was like, okay, great. I got you your goal, you accomplished it, and I just moved on.
Right.
But months later, we went out to lunch, and she said, no, you don't really understand. That was really like a dream for me. So that resonated with me like, oh, you have been doing this for so long. I thought you've been doing this for just maybe, 5, 6 years, but you've been doing this for more than 15 years. I'm like, oh, okay, now I get it. And she said, you were the only person who I've ever worked with who got me an animation job. So that's something
That's huge, buddy.
that's huge for me.
All right, you just got to bump up
Yeah.
to $30.
I'm going higher.
Well, but
Trust
you-
me, before the night's over, that's going to be a little higher than 30 bucks.
They have to start taking credit cards.
Yeah.
Okay. For those people that are in LA, in the LA area, they can benefit from getting to work with you in person. You're doing a lot of different workshops and coaching around town. But how can people find out what's going on with you? What about people that are not in LA? You're doing Skype, yeah? So give us the
Facebook.
whole
I'm on
QVC
Facebook.
lowdown, honey.
I'm on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn. Skype. So I can be reached, through there. You have to tell me at least where you saw me, because I've had a couple of occasions where people have said, oh, you're Everett. And I'm like, who are you? Yeah. And it's very, scary. My hair has changed.
Yeah. Well, what's going to happen is they're going to say,
so
yeah, I
people-
saw you on VO Buzz Weekly.
Right.
And
Yes.
I really
And
wanna
I'm great,
train
and I'm
with
good.
you.
As
Yes.
long as you say to me something that I can
Yeah.
relate to, like, because I've been at places where, oh, hey, Everett, how you doing? Well, I've worked with animation artists,
Yeah.
producers, directors, and voiceover actors and talent people. So I have pigeoned myself where I've been to a lot of places.
Yeah.
And I, live on the East Coast and West Coast and South, so people know who I am.
Yeah.
But it would be very, beneficial to me if you said, oh, I saw you such and such. And I'm like, okay.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
So people can private message you on
Right,
Facebook,
Facebook,
Everett Oliver,
LinkedIn.
and is there an email that if people want to
Email
contact
address,
you?
email me at EAO Tune Voice, TOON Voice,
Yep.
at gmail.com.
Okay,
easy. And it's
Okay,
right
great.
there on the
Yeah.
lower third. So
right there.
It's
Good.
You got
right
lower
here
third, baby.
in the box.
Yeah.
You get the lower third. See?
It matches your
That's
shirt.
a bonus.
It's a bonus.
a bonus.
Matches
And
the
it matches
purple.
the shirt.
Will it be?
Yeah.
Will it be highlighted in purple too?
Yeah, of
It
course.
is, yes.
Yeah. Matching your shirt, just for you. That's fantastic.
Well, and I'm glad that you're doing. I know you're helping a lot of people, and I'm glad that you're sharing your knowledge and
Yeah.
your perspective,
Worth
because
definition.
it's wonderful. And you have, just like you were saying earlier, you have a skill set and you have an experience level that's different
Right.
from someone who's a
Absolutely.
casting director or a producer. And so it's great that, again, it's another voice, it's another idea, it's another opportunity to get in front of someone who's going to be constructively
Truthful. I'm gonna be
honest. Yes.
real. I call
Yeah.
it being real.
Yeah.
And truthful.
Well-
because I feel like you're spending. It's my way of giving back, but it's also a way where I don't want you to be spending all this time and energy on something that you put your heart and soul into.
Yeah.
And that's because I come from this real perspective,
Yeah.
And I could say, You know, I remember I had somebody in my class, and there was something about his read that I said, you would be great in video games. Because he said, oh, I want to do animation. No, you would be great in video games. There's something distinctive because those are two separate genres.
Yeah.
And I can hear it that you would be great. And when I said it to him, he looked at me and he's like, I said, okay. I left it alone. Because everybody, you know, as they say to me, oh, I want to be on a cartoon, blah, 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 blah. Well, anybody could do a voice.
Yeah.
But like we go back to the acting. Can you act?
Right.
And the distinction between the different genres. You know, it's like people who do commercials, not necessarily could do animation.
True.
You
True.
know?
Very true.
So my way of thinking is once I home in and see something in you, I could distinctively tell, you might not be right for that, but you'd be right for this.
Yeah.
And that's why the honesty and stuff will come
And
through.
that's important, man, because I've seen a lot of people you know, take classes for certain genres,
Right.
and then they think that they're ready for it. But when you compare that to the people that are actually doing it,
Right.
it's like night and day.
Absolutely.
So I mean, it takes your competition is not Charlie or Susie who's
Absolutely.
trying to break into the business.
Right. Yeah.
Your competition in animation is Gray Delisle, Tara Strong,
God,
Rob
yeah.
Paulson,
Billy
right?
West,
Yeah.
yeah,
all
Kevin
these
Michael
huge-
Richardson,
th-
huge.
That's the
John
talent that you're
yeah.
up against,
Absolutely.
not the other guy.
Right.
Yeah. So but you're good enough to tell them, hey, listen, this is your strong suit. You know, you should follow that.
Yeah.
And I told, and it's so interesting you said that. I told an actor, it was so funny. He was doing I think it must have been a pilot or something.
Yeah.
And I made him go so deep in his lower register
Did he kind of sound like
that
this?
he went really deep into like his soul and his gut. And I said, "That's perfect. Get out.
Brilliant!
Brilliant. Get out."
Brilliant! Get out!
So Sandy was listening to the auditions, and so I'm editing, but I left my door open so I could hear her. So I'm sitting up here, and she goes, "Oh my God, this is like great!" And I'll say his name. I said, "Well, it was like Kevin Michael Richardson." So I was like, "Oh my God, he sounds just like Kevin!" And I was so excited.
Right now, you sound like
I
Kevin.
was so excited because I was like, we're going to give Kevin a run for his money.
Oh yeah.
Because, and I called my client, I called Dave, and I said, "Dave, Sandy loved your audition. We're going to get this one. We're going to get this." So we're still waiting to hear.
Yeah.
So
Wouldn't it
when
be
I
something,
hear
huh?
that
Yeah.
I pulled a performance out of somebody like that,
Yeah.
or with somebody, Kevin, who's been doing this for years,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
so
ooh.
good.
Yeah, because
So,
you're
Yeah.
tapping into something big.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's really cool, man. Well,
It's
here's the
exciting.
bottom line. The bottom line is that you can study with somebody who used to be something or someone. I mean, there's still somebody, but you know what I'm saying.
Everyone's
Or you can
someone, yeah.
study with somebody who's actually actively in the business, in the right now, knowing what you need to know. And that's who I would rather study with, is somebody like you who just knows what's happening right now,
And
today.
Agents and producers, because like I
Absolutely.
said, it's all about connecting.
Yeah.
And once you connect with that right person,
Yeah.
that will lead you through one door, that's going to lead you to another door. And that's what
Cool,
Doesnt
man.
is
Yes.
about.
Very,
You're
very
only
cool.
a person or two away from the people you
Absolutely.
need to know.
Do
This
we
is
need to
true.
put him on the
Yeah.
hopper with the?
Yeah.
We're gonna let's put him. We're gonna put
Yeah.
you on a hot seat for a second.
Yeah.
We're already on.
Oh, wow. I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to cross my leg. Now I'm going to be
now you
comfortable
can
now.
cross the leg.
But
and
watch the
now,
body language. Now he's like, you know,
You
like,
see me? You see me? I'm like, wow.
And now you can get nervous.
do you want to pick a number between 5 and 125?
127.
Whoa, that was too
125.
fast. Make him pick
Precious.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why. That's the number I'm going to play tomorrow. I'm going to play that
Okay,
number tomorrow.
let's try that again. Do you want to pick
5
a
and
number?
125.
19.
19. Oh, you went the other way. I don't do good with the higher numbers. She said.
Oh, wow. So what
Okay.
is this? I don't even know what this is.
So
Is the hot
relax
seat?
for a second.
Okay.
Have another drink.
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, this is perfect for you because you are fashion.
This is this.
Do I have
answer,
to, is this an
If
answer?
you-
answer this question.
This is how it works. I ask a question,
And you answer
then
it.
you give an answer.
Yeah.
You just spontaneously start to babble and answer.
Okay. There's no multiple choice?
No.
Oh, this is not fun.
How do you like it? Really?
Yeah, it's an essay.
Okay. If you could have prevented any single fashion idea or trend from ever happening, which would you have stopped?
Probably. Oh, I'm thinking back to the 80s.
Shoulder pads?
Well, I wasn't thinking about the shoulder pads. I think we had this, God, what is it called? Velvet type shirts that had stripes.
Oh, like the velour?
Yeah, maybe that was it. Yeah.
Horizontal stripe?
Yes.
Oh,
I
that's
remember that.
unfortunate.
Yeah, see?
Those were unfortunate.
Ooh,
Those are very unfortunate. First of all, you can't wear those on TV because you look like a freak.
Right.
That's good. Okay.
Unless
That
you're
was
in-
good.
Yeah.
I came off with that really well. I'm
Put it
surprised.
there, baby.
Look at that.
Rock and roll.
'Cause
And then even if you have the matching velour pants, that's
Right.
a whole...
Yeah.
Or the corduroy pants
Right.
with the velour
Yeah.
shirt.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Get down,
I don't
baby.
have that in my
was
closet.
one of my costumes for
We
Halloween.
have a
one
picture
year.
of Everett in that outfit.
Yeah, right. Let me change.
We called
Yeah.
your mom, and she sent us some pictures.
I know, man. Well, dude, I got to tell you, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule, coming down and rocking out with us here at
Thank
VO
you
Buzz Weekly.
so much.
You
So
are a
great.
freaking cool guy. This guy is cool,
Yeah.
and you need to get a hold of him immediately.
Get a hold of him.
Right?
Yes,
exactly.
definitely.
We will
Thank
see.
you for all you do, for me personally, for all the voice talent.
No, thank
You are very special.
You're a class act. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
Nobody says
We'll
why.
see you guys next time.
Take care. Hi, this is Everett Arthur Oliver. I just got buzzed with Chuck and Stacy on VO Buzz Weekly. This is the best web show ever about the voiceover industry.
Well, that concludes our episodes with Everett Oliver. We hope you guys join us next time for an all-new episode of VO Buzz Weekly.
Absolutely. Keep up with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We love you guys. Thanks for watching, and just remember,
You always have time for a little buzz.